Hey guys, today we have a War 2 with Nick Fury, Corvus, and Proxima. First up, we have our buddy Chaos helping me out with some Wags pre-fights on to Section 1. So for this thing with Nick Fury, it's a pretty simple fight, and my Nick Fury is an R4, so there's no real risk of dying here. And yeah, we just want to keep that cooldown for protection up as long as possible. And yeah, Nick Fury will have a lot of damage. And the thing I'm changing from the last time I've taken this fight is throwing L2s for this matchup. There isn't a huge difference between L3s and L2s. But L2s are just ever so slightly quicker. And they also keep you having better spacing with how far that bullet pushes thing back, as you can see right there. And I think this is a really nice touch if you're someone who struggles with spacing on thing like myself. It's important to keep that spacing in mind and make decisions to adjust that spacing. Now, for this hit monkey, I forget to turn on suicides, and I don't notice that I forget to turn on suicides in this fight, because the fight just ended so quickly. So I thought I had them on, but this was just from the fury from the path. And you'll see in the next fight that the lack of suicides really screw with me, because I thought I had them on from how quick this fight was ended. And yeah, that is just not ideal, and in this Modok, I come really close to dying, and you'll see if we end up clutching the fight out or not. But as you can see on Hitmonkey, he evades the first hit, which is just really nice. Whenever that first hit is evaded, you know you're gonna get a super clean fight here. And yeah, you're gonna see this massive L2 just absolutely demolish him. Going for this against Hitmonkey with countering the L1 isn't always smart, but I've done it like a million times and it has literally never caused me to get parried, so I'm very comfortable doing it. So now for this Footloose Modok, definitely a fight you really want suicides on. And the cherry on top was I only had a 150. Now you can solo this without suicides on if you have a 200%, of course, and that one charge. And it'll be easy enough. So the first strat is to just tank a combo to build power, just try and prevent Modok from ever throwing a special. And now at this point, I notice I don't have suicides on, so I just let this rip instead of giving him any extra power. And yeah, that L2 in a normal situation would have gotten me back to my own L2 and would have gotten Modok down to like 20% health, and the fight would have just been over. But I forgot to turn on suicides, and here I blocked that hit, and that was just really dumb. And now we're waiting these debuffs out. I take more hits. I get the dex on that L1, thankfully. And then he throws this heavy. I know I can't dex it, so I throw my L2 to save myself. And I should have done a full combo there and gone into my L2. He throws this L1. I get the dex again, thankfully. And then I just do this into the unstoppable. I know it will kill because that is unblockable, and it has such good spacing. The last hit will always connect. And I managed to save myself. And now I pause and go turn suicides on. Because I recognized how dumb that decision was. And yeah. Very happy I got out of that with a solo. I recovered extremely smartly. And now for this Poco. He has this prowess node, so again, we don't want him throwing any specials, so we're just tanking hits to build a little bit of power. Then I'm going to do a medium, and then I'm going to go into a full combo. Or I thought I was going to do a full combo, but I guess I didn't here. And then we get an L2 and another L2 off. And that's how the Modok fight should have gone, but did not go that way. And now for Professor X. Another super simple Corvus fight. I actually didn't notice this until I went back and looked at the video, but this was an R4 Professor X. Not that it matters. Professor has a stupidly low health pool. So, The R4 isn't really going to affect fight duration or anything, and there's no real risk of dying here with Corvus. So my plan is to just get combos off until I'm at my L2, let the L2 rip, and ideally kill him before the falter even pops up. So here, I'm going to do a shortened combo, go for an intercept, and this lets me finish the fight before I ever have to deal with falter. Now for this Chavez with Nick. The original plan was to try and just forcefully push her to special 3s with an invuln, but as you will see here, I tank a heavy really early on, all 3 hits of it, so doing this strategy is not possible. As you can see right here, I was trying to block, get her to throw another heavy so I could push her to that L3, but now I don't have this available, and the reason I wanted to throw those L3s is because of this power gain on her L1. That is the actual danger of this fight. If you bait L3s, she will get a lot of L3s, and she will get all of her prompts, but due to how Nick works, these prompts won't be the end of the world. So now I am panicking a little bit. I don't have my invuln charges, so I can't take those L3s that I was planning on taking. And I am in a really bad situation for spacing. So now I am just trying to get off as much damage in this first life as possible, because I know I'm going to enter my second life in this fight at this point. So for this, I'm just trying to get an opening here. I don't want to bait another heavy, because I thought I was about to enter my second life, but that ends up happening. And then I tried to throw this immediately after, but it did not work, so I blocked that. And now we just want her to throw a special into me. Then we enter second life. And now from this point in second life, the fight is easy. We don't need to bait another special at all, and we just have one fight on our hands. Thankfully, not the cleanest of fights, but Nick Fury is just an excellent option and allows me to solo this fight without exactly having a good time on the fight. She gives its second medium into my block, and then from this point the fight is just one. We're going to dash back into an L2, and easy peasy. Now, for this Wasp, since my Nick Fury lost his first life, we have to use Corvus, so I turned Suicides back on, and we turned on a Power Star 1, and I'm just going to end this fight extremely fast. Wasp has a low health pool again, so your first L2 will just kill. So as you see here, we're just going to go to a full combo into an L2, and the war's over. We're now 12-0 for the season.